All right, we are back with Beyond the Pole, and of course, Katrina Lee.
Hey, I'm back. So we missed our show last week. I was in Florida. It was quite the adventure. I'd prefer to never repeat that adventure again in my life. Worst trip ever, and everything wrong you could think of pretty much occurred. Glad to be home in New York and not in Florida. There's times that you can get an accident, and I can't just be a normal person and just get in a normal accident, something simple. No, I'm in Virginia on my way down to Florida, and I'm driving alone. And I thought it would make sense just because I had sales, and I thought I'd stop in different ways and places along the way. And something occurred. Not exactly 100% sure, but I went off the road in Virginia going 75 plus miles an hour. The speed limit was 75. So let's say maybe I was going 85 into a farm, and I went through a fence and I released some horses and farm animals, and then I hit a tree, and then I went airbound and I hit a tractor. And then I shot up back in the air again, and I went into a barn. Whoa. And I smashed in the barn, and the car is completely total destroyed. And amazingly, I lived.
That's more productive than I've been in like bones? 3 years.
Oh, no, I broke bones.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, no, I have cracked ribs, and I broke my tailbone, and you can actually break and bruise your vagina. All the airbags went off.
Did they really?
All of them. Amazingly, my face wasn't that damaged, just a couple little bruises, nothing.
Was it a rental car?
Yeah, that's kind of the bad part, too. So then I was stranded, and because of where it was in the middle of nowhere. Like, they called it Mayberry, and there was no Uber, and there was no taxis, and there's nothing open on Sundays, and there was only a Greyhound bus, so they couldn't even get me.
Take you to the hospital?
I went to the hospital for 3 days, okay. And I was wearing scrubs. And then, because they had to cut my clothes off me, because I started on fire.
You've never had that done before, have you?
Yeah, no, not that way. So, like the jaws of life had to rescue me, and then so I didn't really know. They're like, "You're a miracle. You're alive. Like, this is amazing." And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Wow. I'm survived. Yeah, I lost a lot of stuff, and then I greyhounded down to get to Shepherd's in Clearwater, which is like a vacation resort. Ironically, someone was murdered there. 2 people, like not even a month ago. And we still go there in the middle of a hurricane. So I don't elevate my leg, and I'm on the bus.
Your black cloud is ridiculous. Like the stuff that's happened to you, like do you play under ladders, break mirrors, and
right? I wonder. But so I make it down there, and I don't elevate my leg, and like there is so it's a Greyhound bus, and there's like I can't get my scripts or any of the pain pills. They just dump me off there, and I'm like, okay, someone's got to have a pain pill on this bus, like something. Like I don't even care. Like I'm not feeding. I got a script. Like I'm not lying. Like anyone have anything? No one's got nothing. No one's got weed. No one's got alcohol. No one's got anything. Everyone has meth on this bus.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what I need. I don't need to be alert to feeling the pain for days, suffering. No. But like, so I go on the Greyhound for my first time in my life. Never been on the bus. A lot of interesting characters.
How long were you on this bus?
It went on for a day and a half of just slowly stopping until I got down to the beach resort. And I make it there, but my leg went 4 times larger in size, and then it had to be drained and then popped. And I had no pulse, so I went to Tampa General Hospital, and they rushed me right into trauma immediately. And I literally had 4 doctors on me. They thought they're going to have to amputate my leg, and luckily they didn't. And I'm okay. Cracked ribs and everything.
2 words, hot pan.
I learned my lesson.
Are you sure this time? You almost lost the leg.
What did the insurance happen? What happened with the insurance?
We're not exactly sure yet. One day at a time.
Well,
my health insurance was not covered in out of state areas, so it became an issue.
In emergency situations, it has to be. So
it wasn't. They told me, so I had to file the reports, and that goes under car accident, and then they have to go under my car. I'm in the process
has about $100,000, and then
I'm in all the process.
Then you'll go into the real insurance, but you'll have to wait till your benefits are maxed out through no fault, which is $100,000.
I'm not sure we're getting.
But with the car, you should have no issues because they insure the car, not the driver. So that car was 100% insured, even though the rental agencies usually don't want to tell you that. They always want you to, take another $50.
Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, and they did pay extra, like the extra $4 a day.
You shouldn't have to.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's just a
so-
scam.
We'll see. I mean, you
I didn't know that.
If you
I
need
might
help
have
with
to pay
your-
restitution.
If you need help with your medical, let me know. I'll call on them.
I might have to pay restitution for the
Sure.
farm animals, and I'm gonna write a nice.
Wait, you got to pay for farm animals?
I release them into the street, so I probably have to do something, or the insurance has to cover it.
You should at least get
I
to
hit a
keep one.
barn, and I hit a tractor, ripped it right off the rails, I guess. I'm not
Did you
exactly
lose
sure.
consciousness?
I don't remember any of it. It all came from the cops the next day in the hospital. They're like, "You're alive. You're a miracle. You're the worst car
So
accident
you weren't
we've ever
awake
seen."
at all at the accident site?
Not when it started. Then I didn't really remember anything, and then there was a vague like after. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I kind of like blur, no blur, step back." Yeah.
Well, that's kind of good that she probably wasn't awake. 'Cause your body's looser and you can.
I
absorb
agree with
impact
you,
and
but
shit.
that's scary as hell that she didn't wake up the whole time.
Well,
She-
you know, like, did you ever notice these car accidents? There'll be like someone who's really intoxicated, and they're the ones who live without a scratch.
Yeah.
But you'll get the family who are completely sober and they all die, and the sober or the like intoxicated is like, "Oh, I'm fine. I didn't even know." So I don't know. Maybe like when you just don't. You're not exactly aware of what's happening. You're not making those errors of maybe like boom, like right onto the tree. You're just going with it.
I can't believe you're alive.
I know.
you have
It
pictures
hurts
of the
so
car?
bad. I do. Yeah, it hurts
You're gonna
so
have to
bad.
show
I'll
us.
post it. Yeah. And you can bruise your vagina, just in case anyone ever wonders. You go airborne, and you drop down, it hurts.
How is that news to you?
You didn't know that?
No, I mean during sex, but I mean
Years of
truly,
dancing
no.
and dropping on that poor thing.
I never
It should
did.
come with airbags. Do
Nah.
you see how some of those girls like do the balancing?
Yo.
Yeah, but they're not bruised like that. You don't, not the inside underneath. Like I mean, it's
I
not
always
like rough
wonder,
sex.
They must have like metal lips. I don't understand how they do that. Like airbags down there or something.
You hear him drop, it go dink, dink,
right?
dink.
Yeah, but no one's actually landing on it because your legs and everything catch it all before. So it might seem like it, but no
It
one's
looks
actually
like
hitting
they
down
are.
though. But no one really is. Even
That's
that, like, I mean, I
disappointing.
know you can
Right
break like
now
a
I'm little
penis and stuff,
disappointed.
like
Right.
in an
I tipped
accident,
extra when I
but
seen that.
All right, give my dollar back.
yeah, no,
What,
it
you're
was
tipping
crazy.
$1? What's
So
wrong with you?
still hurting. I don't know.
Listen, I hate strip clubs.
Really?
No, I'm just
But
kidding.
we're
I just
gonna
don't
cut
go.
in a song break and do the toy week. I can't tell what's going on. This is extra echoey.
Is he there?
So
Echo.
yeah, it's echoing really bad, the mic. So I can't tell what it sounds like. So song break and we shall return.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, let's get right back to Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
Hey, welcome back Beyond the Pole. You can check us out on YouTube. We are Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee. We are Beyond the Pole Radio on Facebook. We're going to be adding an Instagram account, and we have Dawn here to tell us about our toy of the week.
Hello. My name is Dawn. I am from Foreplay Buzz. I own my own adult toy company. I started about 14 years. And about 14 years ago, this company saved my life in the fact that, sorry, am I in your way? Okay. It saved my life in the fact that I was a stay-at-home mom. I just didn't have the money. I wanted to raise my kids. So I started an adult toy company. I know it sounds quirky, like, why would you do that? Or, embarrassing. It really isn't. It's the most amazing job in the world because you can stay home with your kids. You can make as much money as you want on weekends. You don't have to pay for daycare. These are things that matter to moms. I'm giving you the opportunity to work from home.
Yeah, it's flexible.
Exactly. And people don't understand.
And, like, you can go pick up your kids, or if your kid's sick, like, you still have income and you can go pick them up and take the day off.
And you can work 8 hours, Katrina, and make what people work in 40 hours. And
Yeah.
people don't understand the gift of that. I just wanted to raise my kid, and I was given that gift. And I know people are like, oh, my God, the word sex is dirty. Every person in the world masturbate. Masturbation starts in the womb. Babies have been seen on sonograms masturbating. It's a pleasure sense. And 80% of our sales are lotions and potions, so there's really no reason not to get into this business. Right now, we have our kit. It's $99. You get $300 in product. So that's a huge, $99 to own your own business. The legging company costs $5,000. And God knows you can get Wegman leggings from Walmart for $9.99. Why wouldn't you invest $99 in
Yeah,
yourself?
everyone did that legging thing.
Yeah, the
like,
legging
they all
was
signed up, and I did like them. I thought they were
$5,000.
cute. I didn't know they were that much, and then they all were trying to like sell them on
Sell
eBay
their
and
inventory
mystery
because they had to get rid of it.
packages,
Yeah.
and everyone had it.
It's so ridiculous. And makeup. Come on, let's be honest. We
Everyone
both
does
wear
Mary
makeup.
Kay. Everyone does Avon.
Wow.
And
Don't you love Sephora,
Yeah.
though? Like, me and you all do Sephora.
I'm not going to go.
My
yeah.
daughter's never going to a Mary Kay party.
I'm the same way. It's the same. It's more expensive than going to Sephora, Clinique, anything. And you get all the free gifts and all the fun stuff.
Yes.
So why would you bother? Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree.
There's very few toy or any companies that actually are very successful outside that a lot of women aren't involved with already. And
That's exactly it.
the adult company is different.
Adult is different, and you know as well as I do, in our industry, you're always going to be judged. So you need to be a strong person. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on the PTO. I'm on the booster. I don't care. I'm making 10, 20 times what these women are making working 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
So you could throw your stones because I literally live in a glass dildo. I mean, literally, it's a glass dildo. So speaking of that, that's the toy of the week this week.
Oh, nice.
The glass dildo. It is the cleanest toy you can have. Glass is actually non-porous. It cannot hold a germ. So that's wonderful, especially for the germaphobes out there. And the one thing I do like about glass is if you're going to use it with a partner, it's not going to intimidate him. It's not like you're bringing a flesh-colored toy that's 12 inches into the room.
Yeah, that is intimidating.
Yeah, because guys are like, okay, great, your toy's bigger than I am.
Yeah.
That's not okay. But glass is nice because it's beautiful when the woman orgasms on it. It's almost artwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly, if I didn't have children, I would have glass dildo house. They're so pretty. Like, they literally catch the sun and they look great, and they blues and purples and colors and
you can put them in refrigerators.
Yes, you can.
And make them cool, right?
Yeah,
or
and you
can you
heat 'em
micro?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can heat them up or cool them down, and they really are not going to break inside of you. They do have air blown inside of them, so they do take a lot of pressure. And they're just, I mean, obviously you can't throw it across the room.
Well, yeah.
But, but you're always going to get the one person who wants to see how far they can take it.
Yeah. I know someone, there was one that actually vibrated, and
Yes,
they didn't know, and they didn't realize it was glass. They pulled it out and dropped it, and we're like, oops. But
We do have a glass vibrating one, which is
Yeah.
fun if you're going to use it by yourself. Because I'm one of those people, I'm a vibration person. I can't without a vibration. I think pretty soon I'm going to have to buy a Harley and keep it in my bedroom.
Right.
Just for the quick hit.
see, I like clit stimulation toys. The same with the vibrating, like a real strong bullet.
I'm the G-spot girl. Like, if I could, make it rain, I'm going to make it rain. I live, that to me is the ultimate high when you can't walk, your legs don't work, you turn into a baby deer. I can't
Right.
articulate. I'm like, ah!
You get the spaghetti legs.
Right, seriously. And then I
Right.
finally understand men. Like, I turn into a fat old man. Like, I just need a nap.
Like,
I'm
done.
like, dude, I'm
Don't
out.
touch me.
Cigarette,
The
nap,
bow.
I'm good,
And I
I'm
was
good.
never like that. Usually I was the one, the woman with the multiple. Now
Yeah.
I turn into the fat dude. I just want to nap, rub my belly. Like, I am done. I'm out. Give me
my neck.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm snoring and everything. It's so unattractive, but
So I know that it's getting close. I mean, we don't want to talk about holiday shopping season, but are there any cool Christmas
We do
dildos
have-
coming out yet? Or
we do have the
Are you starting to
gifts.
see the ones, or any special?
we get this really cute kit.
gift
It's like a
offering.
sex therapy kit, and it gives you the blindfold, the candles, and the toy. And it's like for people who like one another. Now,
Yeah, like one other. Wow, that's
I
it's
have
hard
never
to
had
say
that,
nowadays.
so I don't
yeah.
understand. I mean, I think
I'm a
with
little confused on what that is too.
my husband. I want to get him those blow up things for your hands, so you could fist fight with the balloons on your hands.
Right,
That's what
yeah,
I'm putting
that'd
in
be
my
fun.
husband's stocking. Did you see that on Facebook? You
fun.
could beat each other up really
That'd be
good with
great.
the balloons. I mean, not actually. I'm not
Yeah.
women's violence, but
Oh, no, I
like
know what you mean,
balloons
yeah.
on your hands, blow up,
Right.
like a bounce house on your hands. So I just thought that looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, those look great.
Yeah, so those are, it depends on where your relationship is. I'm definitely past the romance. I'm more into the bondage. I'll tie you down and go shopping with my girlfriends, and you'll be lucky if I come back.
A girl the other day, she looks at me, she goes, "Can we just hang out and not talk to each other?" And I'm like, "Yes, absolutely can."
Yeah, this relationship will last forever.
Things just got so much better. Thank you.
Oh, I'm the dude in the relationship. I want a fist bump. Don't call me. I'll call you. I don't want to hug you. I got no. I hug my kids only. Leave me alone. No one's getting free hugs.
No,
okay?
I'm like psycho clingy. Maybe I don't.
Are you really? I am so the dude.
How are you going to ask? Is she really? Really? Come on, we know this.
I'm like a relationship person, and like I kind of like.
You're never allowed in
It
a
could be
relationship
like
unless
really
me
bad,
or your
and
mom
like
approve
I'll
it.
like sit there and I'll try to force it to work, and it could be like the absolute worst relationship. I'm like, I can do this. Come on, we can't
gotta
fail at
listen.
this. I can do it.
You got to listen to your mom, dude. You got to
My
listen to
mom, yeah.
friends. You can't date anybody in the industry. You can't date anybody who
I'm
owns a
learning
pawn
that.
shop, used cars, car dealer, car salesperson, strip joint,
Club promoter.
club
Drug
promoter,
dealer.
drug dealer, even a legal drug dealer. You're not allowed near.
Yeah.
Legal drug dealer. Club promoter, you're not allowed near anything like that.
I got it
want
twice.
you to be with
no
a
club
banker
promoters.
boy.
No club
Wait,
promoters.
someone like that.
Yeah,
Nice,
like an
calm,
office.
Like, nerd.
Yeah, that lasts like
Office.
17 seconds, 0.3.
I try.
Have you ever
Yeah.
tried a normal person?
I tried a nerd, and it didn't.
Oh, the Big Bang Theory
Yeah,
guy.
he was just a
That
the
wasn't
most
normal.
boring,
You met him in a strip
garbagey.
joint. That's not normal.
Yeah,
What?
it wasn't. Actually, they all kind of, except this one. This was Instagram food based.
Sweetie, you
Here's
look
a
like
food blog.
Bambi. You need. She look like baby Bambi, like she's lost in the woods. Like you just have to rescue her. She has such an
It was.
innocent
I
look.
saw a picture of
I
his
don't
food.
know.
He had a cheese tray, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." He's like, "When I get back from Florida, I'll take you." And then, boom.
I'm battle tested.
But I
can
did
see the
know him
devil in
enough,
her
like
eyes.
through people through the years, so it wasn't a complete stranger. But same thing, same club. Everyone's been a felon. No one's allowed to drive. No one can go to Canada.
You need to do a background check on these guys.
I know.
sweetie.
I Google them and then I cry afterwards.
Why? She's like, oh, a record. Perfect.
Right, you're right.
What do
She's
you
the
mean?
only one who skips to him.
2 felonies working
Like,
on the
my
third.
mom's gonna hate
2
him.
felonies
Oh, my
working
mom's
on
gonna
the
hate
third.
him. This could be great. Like,
I'm
yes,
so gonna
yes,
hang
yes,
out with
yes,
your
yes,
mom.
yes.
I actually think I'm gonna
Ugh.
get along with this woman.
You're gonna love her. She
Yeah.
comes back from Transylvania tomorrow night.
Transylvania?
Yeah,
Did you
we're
say
actually
like Hotel
related
Transylvania?
to Vlad the Impaler. Yeah, Dracula.
I like her a lot
So
now.
my parents went
Where is Transylvania?
in Romania.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, seriously, they're over there in the Carpathian Mountains.
Oh my God.
And, yeah, Brahms Castle and everything. So while I had the amazing significant
out of the
other piece,
country?
he was calling my mother in Transylvania.
She
She
was
was
out of the country when you hit a burn?
Yeah, my whole family.
my God,
That's why
that
no one
poor
knew where I was
Wow.
for days.
Poor lady.
No one could locate because they were calling my parents'
Holy
landline because it's the
crap.
only number I remember because I lost the phone, and so no one knew where I was. And the hospital's like, we can't locate any family members. You're unconscious. We don't know what to do. You're in another state.
Your
It was
poor
everything bad.
parents.
Poor parents.
If
Yeah.
you better hope you never
then
child
on
because
top
it's
of
going to be a
it-
demon. Name it Damien. Like seriously,
I told my mom,
the minute that thing drops
Demon, Lucifer, or like Jezebel.
Seriously, your kid is going to be awful.
I
It's
know.
payback. It has
my
to
mom
be.
said 10 times worse than I was, and I'm like, that's why I don't have kids yet.
The kid's
Yo.
the toddler's going to be in prison.
It'll be
I got that
evil.
curse from my
It's
mom,
evil.
but thank God the first one, he just came out so many. That's why I'm scared of number
right
2.
now, it's coming.
You listen, number 2, it's going to be a girl, and she's going to steal my soul.
Yeah.
She is going to be the
Like a
devil.
succubus.
Right. So that's why I'm just not going to do that one and done. I'm cool with it. Like, we got a good thing going on, him and I. We got a good relationship to base stuff on. But the next one, she's going to kill me. I'll die. I can't
It's
do
gonna
it.
be
I'm
like,
so scared.
I'm so afraid to have a girl, like
Oh,
because I look
man.
at how the industry changed, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna either love me or hate me. She's gonna be like, I'm gonna do everything like wrong, or she's gonna be like, I'm gonna be the Bible, like.
You know what the
thumping,
problem is with
you
having
know?
a girl? I have a daughter who looks like a Victoria's Secret model, and
Yeah.
my issue is I'm so afraid someone's going to hurt her. Like
Oh,
I
and
can't
yeah, it's
sleep at
scary.
night. Like my stomach hurts. She just went to college about 8 weeks ago, and you're
Is
always
she gonna be
worried.
a sorority yet?
Oh, get this! They do that hazing shit.
Yeah.
I'm like really over that. Like, let somebody hurt my kid because I'm going to eat your larynx, okay? And I'm going to salt and
They
pepper
do
it
that,
first.
yeah.
I have no problem with that. Like,
I don't think it's that bad with girls though. Is it?
I'm sure it's worse with girls because you girls are
I thought you just
filthy.
have to
Yours
sleep with
are-
all these guys or something. No, that's probably bad.
Yo. Nah. Girls are
gotta
just
sleep
as
with
bad
your
as guys,
professor.
not
girls
as bad.
are just as bad as guys,
But you know
you're
what?
just
You-
nervous for them.
You worry about boys and girls. If
You do.
boy,
You
right.
worry about boys because you're worried about false accusations.
Yeah,
and-
Oh,
That's
for
true.
sure.
You, right now, you're just so afraid of anything. Like, and I always tell my son is 13, but if they're under the influence, I tell them straight out, if they can't give consent of their body, if they're not in the right mind. They can't give consent to you. So even if she's saying yes and she's under the influence, you don't touch her.
It's hard.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard
You have
really
to. They
train
have to understand that, though.
You let that
No, I
ride
know,
out,
yeah,
man.
it's hard
If
to-
she's questionable, if you got a doubt in your mind whether she's messed up or not, you just gotta let
And
that ride.
check
Like,
their
nah, I'll talk to you
IDs,
later.
Exactly.
We're good.
You check their ID. Like when you're in college and you're a freshman, some of these girls lie about how old they are. My sister, she
Well, I
had double
asked-
D boobs at age 10, and she was lying to this guy, and he went to Buff State, and he was 25, and she was 15 years old, sneaking out the windows and stuff, and lying, saying she's in college. And my parents found out. It was like, wow. And you don't know, like,
my.
you don't
Well,
know
what's
what's
the
going on.
legalities
Like,
on
this
that?
girl could look older.
Let's say you meet. Let me ask this:
The
what's
guy
the
who's doing it.
legalities?
He's
As you meet a girl at a bar, you're meeting her at a bar. You see a drink in her hand. Okay, you could take her home and sleep with her. She's 17. But
Oh.
she had a drink in her hand at a
He's,
bar.
like, been there,
Are
done
you
that.
at fault?
Yeah,
Or is
absolutely.
it the bar?
It's my
'Cause
fault.
you met her at a bar with a drink in her
It
hand.
doesn't matter. In the eyes of the law, it's the dude's fault no matter what.
Dear God,
It's
that's scary.
ridiculous.
So now you have the idea of girl, even though you met her at a bar.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And you're drinking with her. You're like literally watching her being served by the bar. So
Yeah.
you, even though you should be under the assumption that she's legal because you're meeting in her place that she was ID.
You don't know, yeah.
You don't
and then
know.
you don't know who's high functioning, even like blackout drunks. Like I'm a high functioning one.
You sure
like
are.
I keep going, I hold conversations, people don't realize the level, and then I'm not aware. I don't remember anything possibly the next day. So I mean, there's so many different scenarios with this. It's just scary.
That's why I told my son, don't touch somebody who's drinking. That's just not worth it.
I spent my young adult and adult life in nightclubs and bars. Working there, you meet a lot of females, and there you just got to know. You know what I'm saying? If girl's not talking right. She had a couple, 2-3 drinks. Just let it ride out. Don't even talk. If you don't know her on a personal basis, you guys aren't already friends. It's some random girl that you just meet. Just let that slide. It's gonna be trouble. Just go somewhere else. It's fine.
Yeah,
I agree.
You're better off with your right hand or
This
your
is-
left if you
100%.
need a
That's
stranger.
what they had at RIT. It was called Rub One Out Rue, and it
Rub
had
One Out
Ron
Rue.
Kanga and Rue, and it was Rue saying, you know, like rub one out before a date, so you're not like sexually assaulting girls.
Well, I also tell
It's a big
men.
controversial
Well, the big
topic.
thing that I hear about men is saying, "Oh, my number one complaint I get because I try to help people is I orgasm too quick. I pre-ejaculate, and I'm always like, rub one out before you go out.
That's
You
what
do.
they said. Yeah,
You
that's
need
the
to
whole
make sure
theory.
that it's empty. Empty the sack before you go play because you don't want to go into that in a bad situation. You
Correct.
know. I don't want a guy who's going to be like, oh my God, like seriously, is this my freshman year in high school again?
Yeah,
like, did you just
yeah.
come on my leg? Like, that is not okay. You got to make sure that you do your job before you get there. It's due duty. That's your work.
You got a pregame. Man.
You
I'll
really
say to
do.
that.
And I mean, I don't envy men. There's so much pressure being a man. Where we are what we are. Like you could see I'm not hiding a size 4 girl in my jeans. You know what I mean? My size 10 jeans.
Mm-hmm.
But with a man, you don't know what you get till you get him naked. So there's a lot of pressure with a guy that I appreciate, because you don't know how many inches they're packing.
I don't know if you sit on their lap, you can check real fast.
Only
Right?
you would know exactly. I would be
You
like,
like sit on their lap, you go behind their head, you like touch their neck a little bit, like want to play?
She's got
You
it
can
down
usually
to.
tell.
she does have
but-
it down.
I don't know. I think that's the problem with the men I dated. I was meeting at the club, so they all had bigger packages, but their brains weren't really that big.
You're not allowed to date anyone until it's pre-approved by
Yeah,
your
no,
mother
they're
or
all-
me. Like, I don't know.
Okay, I tried Match.com once years ago, and I ended up with like 400 emails in one day. And I was
Atta
like,
girl.
I didn't even know what way to go about it. And then my friend is a medical doctor, and she was using these men and going on all different dates for like lunch, dinner, like concerts, like and just
So
free
she has
food.
fed herself with all these
Yeah,
men.
and she's
like I'm going to eat this
she's
week
like,
on
I'm a hot
dudes.
doctor.
Yeah.
And she's like, all these guys just keep asking me out, so why not get free food and lobster? And she's like, told me I should do it too. I was like,
So what are you
going to
just be
time.
a fat chick?
I have no time to do that. But there's
Yo.
actually, then I contacted this other place, and this woman was on like this matchmaker show that was on TV. And then they asked if I would work there, and they'd pay me, but I would go on like a date with this guy who was like, his contract was going to end, and I would tell him what he wanted to hear so he'd renew his contract. And I was like, this whole dating thing seems scary,
Well, how about you set up the dates? I show up and eat, and there probably won't be a call back.
right?
Could you imagine? Yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm here for the food, bro.
I don't want that guy. No.
Weird, yeah. And then like
I'm
first dates,
Katrina,
like they
son.
all fall in love right away, or they go well. I mean, I need to see like 3 months in. Like, if we don't go well, are you borderline? Are you going to send me 500 messages? Are you going to keep coming back? Are we going to get these hostile fights every week and then you show up? Are we going to unblock each other on Instagram?
Yeah, what's with the blocking trend?
I don't really
like. I don't know.
understand.
It's like the younger guys. Like if you're under 35 and under, you make somebody mad, they block you.
They block
What are we
you.
for?
Yeah.
Did you block me?
And then
I'm
they
an
unblock
adult.
you.
I'm an adult, and then like 2 weeks later, they unblock
They
you.
unblock you. Yeah.
So you're not mad? Was that my timeout? Did I go to the corner?
Yeah,
like
what
literally.
does it do?
What are you, a toddler?
I'm guilty of
Use
that.
What does
your
it
words.
benefit?
No, you're
What does it
embarrassing
benefit?
us. You are
Yeah,
so
it's like, what
embarrassing.
does it
So now I'm
benefit
going
at
to
all?
insult you, and if you block me I'm just going to call you out next week. On the
So
show.
he's blocked me and unblocked me like 10
Who?
times.
I've never
and then
blocked you and unblocked you.
Not
Liar.
us, no, him. So, R did. So then I think it's because on Instagram you can see at what time they like woke up and looked at their phone or something and track it. And I think that's
I
what
don't
he
think
was
you can.
doing because what's the point?
Yeah.
Because it's not timeline. Facebook and like social media is how you want people to perceive you. It's not necessarily who you are or what you
Yeah.
are. I can make myself look super cool. I can go into the Louis Vuitton store and be like, look at my new purse and pose by something in a mirror that's not even my own purse.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like, all these girls are like Insta famous and stuff, and you're nothing, and they have nothing to show for it. And this whole new trend of like everyone's trying to be these Maxim cover girls. And I'm not knocking my friend Vanessa who's doing it, but like everyone on my Instagram and Facebook, it seemed like had to do it who was a dancer. What's the benefit? You're just showing these naked pictures of yourself, but you don't have a story. But if you have a story, like you did something beneficial for charity, you got a degree or something, you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to be naked.
Yeah.
Then people want your attention. Like, it's already served.
Like that pink frosted donut shirt you have.
It was
You got my
comfortable.
attention right off the bat. I'm like, that t-shirt
I was
is yummy.
lazy.
Our
Yeah,
girl
it was
is rocking a
comfortable.
donut shirt and sitting on a donut
oh,
simultaneously. It's like a donut festival
With
in
the
here.
most disgusting Starburst ever. They're called Sweet Heat. They're new.
Ugh. Serious.
I thought I was curious what it was because I love
Look at
candy.
all the trouble you get into when you're curious.
It
though.
was, yeah, it was
Your
candy,
whole
but
life has
it's
been
like
in trouble
Starburst
because you're
with
curious.
wasabi on it.
Starburst
Like, it's a
with
weird
wasabi?
heat. Like, it's hard to
No.
explain the heat afterwards. Like, there's no benefit. Like, why?
No,
Would
there's
you
no
do that? And then I
benefit to
tried the Sour Patch Kids that were like lemonade ones, and then they had like a cool after. Those were kind of gross.
That all sounds terrible. Give me the
Yeah,
pink
so-
Starburst and the red ones, and you guys
Give me
keep
my
the rest.
Swedish fish and vodka, and I'm
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
I am
Swedish
So
fish
so
every time I switch
easy.
up, it's not necessarily the best.
I really am the easiest human being. I'm a dude.
So I am also featured in Rochester One Magazine, and I did mention Dawn in your company.
Oh,
in the
thank you,
article
sweetie.
That Oz is going to actually,
Rewrite for-
rewrite and like gloss
That is
it all
the
up.
girliest right. It's like glowing off the.
Doesn't
paper.
she?
Like, how
She's
do I
so
even look at
feminine.
that?
She's like ultra feminine.
So yeah, so we're gonna
You
get
are
this
all
done.
girl.
So why don't you tell us one more time the rundown of the toy of the week?
The toy of the week is the glass toy. I'm just in love with glass. Honestly, it's the most beautiful
glass.
toy you'll ever see in your life. And I like that it's there's no germs. I'm a germaphobe, believe it or not. Even us dirty girls don't like the dirty germs.
Yeah, I don't. I never liked, you know what? My ex is really big into like dousing you with lube and oil and stuff.
I never
And
liked the
it freaked
yeast
me out, like,
infections I'm
just-
worried
it's
about.
just all over your face and body, and it like sticks to you. Especially the cheap ones would be like Astro,
Yes,
baby,
yeah.
like all balled up, and you're like, it's just so disgusting after like sex for like 15 hours. Like I just can't even take it anymore.
Well, you also don't want to get a
You,
yeast
like, all
infection
slimed
if it's
all over,
not
you're
made in
trying to, like, wash
America.
yourself, your face is breaking out. You're just like, ugh, it's so gross.
You know what? You just probably looked hot, oiled up. I, on the other
Yes,
hand,
thanks.
looks
Like,
like Babe the
worse.
Pig. Remember Babe the Pig?
Like,
Grease
smear
me
it all
up.
over you. It's
Grease
like
me
all
up.
over your hair.
my
I'm going to show you your
God.
favorite Disney character, Babe the
it's
Pig.
like
Yeah.
all over your
You don't want to see this greased up.
Wow. Grease
the
Lights,
pig, that's
lights
great.
off, please. Lights off, face down. That's the way I look
Right.
best, all right?
If you're like trying to film you, you're like 12 hours into it. Like, I don't
See,
wanna
no
be
one tries to
filmed,
do
like,
that with
stop.
me and Katrina have completely different troubles. I'm getting the comforter over my face to the point where I can't breathe, and she's getting filmed with oil. All right, yeah, no, we've got different issues.
Makes
You're all
sense.
filled all
It's
up on
good.
me.
It's good.
But yeah, it's Halloween time coming up. So why don't you tell us before we let you go what you're gonna be?
My daughter is being like 8 different costumes we just
Of course.
bought. Yeah, I didn't have. She's being a Victoria's Secret model, a lifeguard.
What is that? A
The Victoria's Secret
Is
is
it
so
just
hot.
wings, angel
no,
wings,
no,
and
they
like
get the
a-
sexy robe from like Walmart, the silk robe, and they wear like a bustier.
Is this a new costume now?
Yeah, it's a new costume. Like all the girls are wearing it. It's like Victoria's Secret model. They call themselves with high high heels.
Okay.
And like
I have not heard that one.
It's really kind of cute. I'll have her show you the pictures. And then she's being a lifeguard, and then she's being Sandy from Grease. So we were looking for
Okay.
red heels. And I think I'm just going to go as
What size shoe
I'm
is
going as
she?
Tigger. Like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm a little bit softer. Thick chicks are in. I'm going with Tigger.
It's easy.
It's
I have
easy,
Oscar the Grouch.
kinda like me.
I
Yeah.
have Oscar Grouch, and that's my lazy one if it's cold. But I have a
I'm guessing
convict
her
orange is a
Oscar's
new black
sexy.
outfit, and I wore it last year when I was here. And they interviewed Todd Baxter before he actually got for Monroe County Sheriff.
Yeah.
And I come walking out, and I'm in my oranges, and I had like one hand cuffed, and he's like, "What's this?" It was
Like,
on
can
a
I
Sunday.
keep
It
her?
was great.
Yeah.
I have tons of them through the years of featuring and just all different
Are
Halloween
you
costumes,
dancing
so-
anymore right now?
Not really. I try to. I every once in a while on Wednesdays I'll monkey around at Playmates, and there won't be anyone. They'll be short, and like I'll like maybe for someone I know, but I don't try to. Ironically, what happened yesterday is there's a bunch of guys who came in for one day from out of the area from Virginia, ironically where my car accident was, and they all saw me on the news and stuff over it. And then everyone wanted the lap dance. I'm like, I got a broken tailbone, I got cracked ribs, I'm like bruised all over, I got lumps. I'm like, I can't do lap dances. They're like, we want dances with you, and I'm like, well, you want an air dance?
Like
you
an
can't
air
touch me.
dance.
Let me
And
bring
it
my
was, like,
donut.
mobbed. I was like, come on, of all the days, I'm like, I got a broken butt.
I seen your leg, dude. That looks
And
nasty.
I got a broken butt, and they're like, grab it all at me, and I'm just like, come on. And then we ended up being in there till like they close at 2:30. I was like,
Tell me you used a donut.
I actually no, I wouldn't even
Tell
sit.
me.
I wouldn't
Here,
sit.
put
I
this
told
in
them,
your
like,
lap.
you want something? It's in the air, and I'm just gonna like move there. That's it. And they were
How's your
fine with
bridge
it.
coming? Real quick, how's your bridge
It's
coming?
going actually extremely well. We got several doctors. It's gonna be major.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
boy.
doing really well. So
Yeah.
no complaints. So. Thank you. I'm so glad you
Thank
came
you
in.
for letting
and,
me come in. I love you
Tigger's,
guys.
exciting.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
go
we
back
got
to
to
my
find you a
hotel.
sluttier Tigger one next year.
You know what, though? I'm at the point where they used to pay me to take my clothes off. Now they pay me to put my clothes back on. You get to that point.
It
Like, you
loses
know what? Here's
effort.
10. Just get dressed.
After so many costumes, and when you have a business like mine, they all expect you to go wild. So Bailey's, who is he goes nuts at his house. His party's on Friday, so I'm gonna be there tomorrow. But I'm just wearing a crumb from Monsters. Ink, like they had it, it's crumb.
So you're not going to be sexy?
No, because I'm going to Goo Goo Dolls. I'm
Disappointed.
going to the Goo Goo Dolls
Dude,
25-year
you cannot
anniversary
be an ex
party.
stripper and not be sexy. I'm sorry. You're
No,
just.
but I'm going to the Goo
I'm
Goo Dolls.
I'm
so
disappointed in
after
you.
it.
I'm disappointed.
I'm
in
gonna
you.
be normal for
I
Halloween.
feel that the strippers look at all these other people like, what, you guys want to be us so bad that you're like,
So you're
horse
going the
shit? So we're
complete
gonna wear
opposite.
turtlenecks
She's
and
going
laugh
with
at
the
you.
crumb from Monsters Inc.
That
Like,
makes
you want my
sense.
Tigger costume if you need it? Stop by. It's
I look
super-
at it. They're
No,
like
seriously,
mini
if you want it,
wannabe.
it's super cute. It's heavy. It's like really cute. It's like
I gotta
actual
ask
Tigger.
her out. So it's not that I just
makes
look at all
sense.
these other girls. They want to be strippers for the day so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
honey. I get paid when I dress like that. You're doing it for free.
Like I'm not doing it.
yeah,
no.
nah, I'll do it any other day. That's
Yeah.
big.
I'm with that.
I
I'm
can
gonna
be
be
French
normal.
maid any day. You
N-
know,
and then you
normal
go as
day.
the cute
I have a
Disney
shirt
thing.
that says, "This is my Halloween shirt." Maybe I'll wear that.
There you go. Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for
so
having
much.
me. ForePlayBuzz.com. Thank
Yes,
you.
Foreplay Buzz. Thank you. And let's cut into a
guys.
song break.
Nice.
All right here is Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee. Here we are.
Hello, welcome back to Beyond the Pole. It is Katrina Lee, and we have Oz in the house. Dawn was just here, and she left. And it's Halloween time coming up, and there are tons of strip club parties and events and just everything going on. So, Oz, why don't you tell me what you plan to be for Halloween?
I plan to be normal for Halloween.
Normal?
Yeah, you know what? I pretty much dress up all year round. Yeah, I got my guy liner on. I wear my, I do my thing. Halloween, it's cool. I love Halloween. But I don't know. I think maybe Jack Skellington's using my go-to. Maybe a Jack Sparrow because I got the beard thing and I might want to braid it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I might be doing.
That works too. So Playmates is having their Halloween party. It's the first strip club Halloween party, and it is this Saturday. And Bristol's gonna be there, and she's featuring it's live sex shows on stage. They have a XXX cabaret license. There's no
Wow.
liquor, and so the girls can do whatever they want on stage. Vibrating butt plugs, dildo shows, everything that goes with it is catered food. Usually is really good. Like they go over the top for Halloween there. Like there is seriously like a whole display in the front, like a haunted house with like spiders that jump out and like skeletons talking and scarecrows, and it's
So-
amazing. And they put cobwebs everywhere, and
Can I ask a
There's going to
question?
be
Tons of
a
stuff.
strip club Halloween party with a haunted house.
they go wild. In there. Actually, like the cobwebs were so obnoxious last year that a couple girls got caught in it because they were all over the stage and would catch on the swinging pole.
That's kind of funny to watch. They're like,
They
oh my
would get
god,
on
oh
the
my god.
customers, and it was just real obnoxious. Like you're like, I just don't like it. So luckily, they didn't put the cobwebs on the stage this year.
No.
Can I
You
ask
guys learned from
a
your
quick
mistakes.
question?
Yeah, they learned from our mistakes. Last year I was a Girl Scout. So I got the Girl Scout outfit, and then I took my original patches that I had from a child, and I glued it onto my stripper outfit.
Oh, that is just
It's probably just so wrong.
so
but
blasphemous in so many ways.
All right, I got a quick
But it was
question.
real,
I got a really quick question here.
right?
What you got?
All right, now, what about okay these butt plugs? Okay, I know they've been around forever, but it seems like they're trying to bring them back, and I'm not really understanding why.
Okay, I don't really understand what it is about, but it's something that started in Seattle.
Okay.
In the dancing industry that they started to do it, and it's starting to carry out over here. And I guess some girls think it feels good. I am not into the butt thing, and then I don't really want to have to worry about other things going on at a club. And I just, because it is nude, I guess that maybe some guys are into it, or the girls think they are. I don't know. She's got a new one with it's got glitter gems that sparkle and rotate around like a snow globe.
A snow. Listen,
Yeah, she took a picture of it online. So then a couple of the other girls wanted to order the same ones from me. And then, we've had to have sanitary talks on cleaning your sex toys, and not just throwing a bag or using it.
I'm just not seeing I'm not seeing the turn on.
listen.
for it.
All I know
Yeah,
is
I don't really see the turn on either
don't.
of the butt plug, except maybe a butt fetish, but
if one of those fall out and hit me, I'm fighting somebody.
yeah, I know.
Just straight up.
They're heavy. They're weighted.
No, we're fighting. I mean, especially swinging around the pole and all of a sudden, boom. Like, you're out cold. You got stitches. Where'd you get that
Yeah,
from?
you gotta hope you hold
somebody's
on to it. Or
butt?
something.
No,
I
we're
have
fighting.
no idea. It's
I also got to think that the air buildup
right, and you
it's
pull
got to
out,
be
so-
nasty when you pull it out.
Well, they say when you have anal sex in adult pornos that you're supposed to douche yourself over 5 times anally so that you're not actually having feces residue come out. So I'm not even sure. I know these girls aren't doing that. So there's got to be something, that's not as clean coming out. But
Wow, like flying into your drink.
flying your drink, you never know. But we are. On that note, we are WRFZLP Rochester 106.3 RochesterFreeRadio.com. Beyond the Pole every Thursday from 10 till 12 midnight, the witching hour. And we are
boy.
also on YouTube. So if you miss us, we're a little behind on our podcast, but we're adding them all up. So
Last
Getting
week, I kind of time warped. I was eating this cheeseburger, and I thought for some reason we started at 11, and it was for an hour. I was just gone nowhere. I show up here, the lights are off, and I'm
last
like,
week
wait,
was
it's
a
11?
mess.
What
I was in the
hell?
hospital and everything went bad.
That was.
So
yeah.
we're just
We learned though. Now we learned
learned
this time. Okay, you sure? I'm gonna get a newspaper with that. I'm gonna bop you in the nose with every time you do the same dumb thing over and over again.
Yeah,
no,
I
Katrina,
learned.
bad.
I learned.
No.
I am that person who is so determined that they will sit there and they will struggle and fight and try to make something work when it shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
And sometimes you just gotta see it. And it can be confusing. So if you're maybe bipolar and you're borderline, and then somehow you accidentally end up dating someone who's bipolar and also borderline, it's like the most toxic combination of a relationship you could fathom. Because there's no ending. So that I hate you, don't leave me, and you guys go back and forth, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like it's just gonna keep going.
Every relationship I've ever had was healthy, and I can't relate.
Oh yeah. I'm sure the king of healthy relationships.
Yeah, that'd be the day.
No, some of mine. Have I had a healthy relationship?
I think I'm in one
I guess
now.
maybe if you have one for a month and then you end it, it could be considered healthy
Because you ended it before it got toxic.
before it got toxic.
Good for you, Katrina. You won that one by default.
I
What up, Tommy?
I try to make them toxic and linger on. I guess.
Yeah. You definitely win the freaking prize for that one. We almost dropped the F-bomb right there.
I know. No, I
Almost
tend to
was
look
this
for the
close.
same type of men.
You do.
Repetitively.
Oh, felon,
I don't know why.
perfect. Drug dealer, you're my
Felony, drug
man.
dealer, yeah. Can't drive. Can't go to Canada.
Right. Perfect.
Usually some deformity.
Psychological issues. Oh my God, we're getting
Commitment,
married.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm like, let's do it. And they all seem to want to have kids because that's healthy to bring into already an unhealthy relationship.
Bring kids right into that. Brilliant. Yeah. Awesome.
Kids, by the stripper, porn star, blah, 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 with the drug dealer is usually healthy.
Yeah, fantastic. We learned now. We don't do that now, Katrina.
Let's not. Let's try not to repeat mistakes. But
what's up, everybody? How you doing?
I am excited. So tomorrow I am going to the Goo Goo Dolls.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
Buffalo is 2 days, Friday, Saturday. Their 25-year anniversary celebration, and they're from Buffalo.
They've been really around for 25
Do you
years.
feel old now? So remember
Damn, dude.
TRL, Total Request Live with Carson Daly, and they'd play the City of Angels soundtrack all
Iris.
the time.
The song was
and
Iris. That's such a dope song.
Over. And it was like the big song, like of our high school generation.
That was a good song. I still dig it. It pops on Pandora once in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, Goo Goo Dolls,
everyone knew it.
Iris.
So like they're big, obviously in Buffalo because they're from Buffalo,
Right.
but like everyone knows who they are because of that movie, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. That was a good movie
and they
too.
hammered out that like now videos aren't the same way. Like you don't see the same one repetitively like that. Like,
no, well, it
over
was
and over and over.
TRL, man. Then
It was great.
MTV,
you
yeah.
know?
That's a whole different
That's how
situation.
you learned everything.
Oh man, yeah, that song still gets me into like 1990 feelings, like real
Yeah.
deep, and I'm like, I remember her. No,
You're like, yup. And like you just see the whole city scene, and you're like Meg Ryan. And
Have you seen her recently? No, Meg Ryan.
No, I have not.
Bro, she's looking rough, man.
Well, they're older, and then some of them are refusing to get plastic surgery, which I respect that.
She got it done,
Oh.
but she went to like the other side of the spectrum. Like I used to have a little crush on Meg Ryan. She was the thing
she
back
was
then,
like the girl
for
next
sure.
door, like
Right.
iconic.
And then all of a sudden, you look at her, she looks like a blown up, like a blow up doll.
Oh
like
no, the plastic surgery thing's
Oh,
going so bad.
just
Some
all
of these
messed
girls
up.
are young and they're getting it for no reason, too heavy.
Oh.
And when they get older, it's not gonna last.
No, man.
It's not gonna maintain. Like I know this girl is 27 and she's like drop dead gorgeous and she wants to get her neck done. I'm like, why are you getting your neck done at this age?
Yeah, getting her neck done.
Like, what are you gonna do when you're 50? You're not gonna have any like realistic goal,
Your car accident probably would have gone better if you were built with silicone.
right? Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? You would have bounced a little bit more.
Maybe. Maybe if I had a fake butt, it would have protected it or popped and been 100 times worse.
There's nothing wrong with fake butts.
No,
You know,
but
it's
I don't
fine.
need a fake
It's
butt.
fine. No, you don't.
I really don't.
You'd have to have its own zip code. Like
I'd be like,
you would leave the room, and then 14609 would be coming through behind you, and like your
Right?
butt would be 20 minutes behind.
so aside from we have the Goo Goo Dolls thing tomorrow, I
Mm-hmm.
am going to Bailey, who is on our show. One of our first people was Zeus.
Dope,
he has
dope.
a huge Halloween party, and it's his house tomorrow. And then Playmates is on Saturday in Byron. And then at Tally Ho is October 26th in Rochester. If you get the Extremely Hot magazine, it's got all the different strip club parties. And the smart ones start early because otherwise then you're competing with all the clubs downtown and everything. And honestly, no one really goes to strip clubs.
What clubs downtown? There's two.
Oh, that's in Rochester. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was
I'm
thinking
like, we
Buffalo
got
where we're
two,
cooler.
bro.
Yeah, no, Rochester kind of stinks. I was very let down when I experienced it.
That was Lucky came through though. Lucky was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never assumed at all.
No,
So
Lucky's great. I definitely
yo,
want to get a shirt from him for
I see him
the hot pan. No.
I'm gonna see him tomorrow. No, Saturday. Saturday we have a little thing because he's got these T-shirts and he wants me to shoot with these T-shirts.
It's cool.
Yeah, man, Lucky's awesome.
No, it was fun. So.
Well, while you're talking about dates, we got the 27th is a big day for me. 27th, we got 585 Viral. They're doing a stand-up comedy show, comedy at the Carlson's, where it's going to be at. And then the after party is going to be at the German House. And I've been waiting for this event for a year now. It's Kodak's Kids 2. It's DJ E's dropping the new Kodak's Kids album, and I'm excited. It's all hell about this. It's just talent from the city, like not just talent, like the best of the best talent.
Kodak, like Kodak.
Kodak's Kids, yeah.
Kodak, like Kodak film.
There's an X at the end instead of the K.
Kodak's. Okay.
Kodak's, yeah. So it was last event was such a good time, great vibe, and he's all over the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Young MA's DJ, he DJs with Shaq, Red Bull, freestyle turntable champion. He's doing his damn thing. He's all over the business, crushing it. And he's from Rochester, so he comes here to spin, and it's all love. So looking forward to the 27th. It's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about all of it coming up. So
For sure.
a lot. I have like 10 costumes. I'm gonna go to Spirit, and I'm gonna probably end up getting like 5 more
Dope. I think the Jack Sparrow thing is where I'm going to be at. I think I'm going to braid
you can use
these
them for
out.
pirate parties. It's easy to do. Bandana, you got the beard.
I could braid that out pretty well.
It's really easy to pull off. That's simple. I did the Captain Isotope, and it was a space pirate thing, so I wore a pirate outfit at first, and then we did it. So I think I want to get more a spacey type outfit for the next set we're filming in like 3 weeks, and then I'm going to Chicago and I'm filming for the Cigar Club, and that's going to be November 2nd through 5th. So I'm excited. We're going to see Jen Garrett, who's Malibu Barbie, and she was on our show, and she is a wildlife animal sanctuary near Chicago.
Yo, bring the animals. I want to see them.
I'm going to be hugging white tigers.
Them over here.
I
Yo,
cannot wait.
I don't know about a tiger. Like a baby tiger, I'm good with.
Excited.
But I can't be the first Turkish person on the planet to die by a white tiger. That wouldn't be okay. Like that's like a white person
You
thing to
can be
do.
the
Y'all can
first.
No, I'm not trying to be the first to die by a white tiger. You ever seen those things attack? No. Hell no. I'm not fighting a tiger. No.
Yeah.
It's like fighting a 500-pound crackhead.
Tons of
No.
Yeah, they just keep going and going. Yeah, it's lost cause.
Yeah, no, forget all that mess.
Yeah, I think on that note is a good time to cut in a little song and get back into some updates, upcoming, and changes.
Let's go.
All right, well, let's get back to Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
Welcome back. We're Beyond the Pole, and we are 106.3 RochesterFreeRadio.com. You can listen to us anywhere.
Anywhere.
On the TuneIn app. We're in the Armed Forces Network. We are on YouTube. So even if you miss it, you can listen to us tomorrow.
Yeah. The
YouTube, Beyond the Pole Radio with Katrina Lee.
TuneIn app's really simple. It's like you press two things on your phone and you can listen to radio wherever. It's
I mean, if you
super
can't
freaking
figure it
simple.
out, I'm sure there's a 5-year-old nearby who can help you.
Definitely. My kid's 7. He's like, yeah, I got that, Dad. Give me.
Yep. He's like, I can get spyware off your phone real fast. Okay. Perks of having kids, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I had him today. I was shooting a few scenes for a new movie I'm in with Chris Carl called The Car Lot.
Okay.
It's like a Friday type movie.
Oh, that's
It's a comedy. And they had me as was an FBI agent.
Okay.
And I brought Attila with me. So we shot at the RPD Locust Club over on Mount
Okay.
Reed. So it's dope. They had the awesome office, like the chairs, and it was all like, officered out and stuff like that, all the gear, and it was really, really cool. Yeah, he had a great time.
Were
So
they letting him play with it all?
oh, for sure. He had his little
Did you do
badge
a ride
on.
along?
Yeah, he had a badge on. He had like little like strap gear on, like for like the
cute.
fake gun and everything. He had a great time.
Yeah.
And it's like Chris Cardwell, all my people. So he's like running around looking at stuff. The poor thing, he's never really seen me yell or like heard me yell or scream or anything like that. In my role, I had to like get mad and scream. So here I'm looking. I see his little face tucked into his shirt. I'm like, what's going on? Little eyes are watering. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, Dad, it's scary. I'm like, oh no. He got scared. He heard me yell and
It's a comedy,
scream.
too.
Right, he heard me yell and scream, and he actually got scared because he's so not used to ever hearing me or get like, we have a disagreement. We talk about it. I'm like, yo, Attila, you shouldn't do that, and this is why, and this is what happens if you do. And all he's like, yeah, cool, Dad, no problem. And we're good like that. Like we don't have any
you're
disagreement.
good.
Yeah, we talk about it. We hash it out. If our emotions get high, I'm like, yo, take 5 minutes in your room. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, and we'll figure it. We'll come back together. We'll talk about it.
Oh, wow. I'm proud of you guys. My family works with, we're going to blow up in your face and we're going to scream like maniacs. We're going to say things we don't mean. And then 5 minutes later, my mom's going to be like, do you want to go shopping and get shoes? And we're like, okay, and pretend it never happened.
See, I've seen a lot of that happen.
Let's
and,
move on.
and that's a lot of the reasons
It makes it hard in relationships because if that person isn't used to your background and you blow up on them, then you're fine 5 minutes later and they're like holding some grudge for hours. You're like, I just don't understand. Like,
No.
what?
See, my relationship with my ex was like that, and that's why I just couldn't do it. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit there and yell at each other and say things we don't mean, because there's some things my dad says it's like a piece of glass. You shatter it enough times, you can't put it back together.
It's hard.
So that's why with my son, I take that approach. Like, we got an issue, let's talk about it. You need a few minutes to go chill out and like get your feelings out, go beat up a pillow or something. Cool. You go do that. I'm gonna go do that, and let's meet back in 5 minutes. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It works out great. He's never heard me yell, to the point where it was sad to him. Like, he was
Yeah,
scared
cute
hearing
though.
me yell. It was adorable, but like I also felt bad. Like, maybe I should yell around him a little bit more, because he started almost crying, and I'm like, oh,
what's he
no.
gonna do when some woman starts yelling at him? He's like,
Well, he's used to hearing his mom yell. That's something he's
that's
used
not
to.
you. Oh.
Right. No, that's what I don't want, But like with me, like, I'm a guy. Like, there's no reason for me to be yelling and screaming at a child. There's no unless he's going to hurt himself or hurt somebody else, or he's doing something so absolutely damn stupid, there's no reason. I should be able to talk to him. He's a 7-year-old normal kid. What's yelling gonna do? No. We're gonna talk about it. You listen to me. Awesome.
I
You
still
don't
get
listen to
yelled
dumb
at.
things. Oh, man. I don't feel like if I got yelled at, if I didn't get yelled at as a kid, I'd probably be better off. My parents were really strict while I was growing up, and so that made me go the complete opposite way. But like, if this is how much trouble I get into for a little minor infraction, like getting a C in an accelerated like science class in sixth grade, I'm gonna get grounded and beaten and all this stuff. Why do I care if I actually cause real trouble?
Right.
I don't. So guess what? Here comes the fun.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what
can do
happened.
what I want.
I don't want to do that with him. I just want to talk about it. You got an issue? Let's talk. Let's hammer it out and figure out which way we can go and get the best outcome for the both of us.
Yeah. No,
So-
he's smart. So I went with my friend Foxy, who's been on the radio show, and we went to Playmates, where I have an adult store there. It's in Byron. From Buffalo, we went there last night, and then her daughter stayed up, and when we got home at 5 a.m, her daughter was waiting, and she's like, I was so afraid. I was worried that you were going to get in a car accident and hit a barn. And I was like, that's so bad. Your daughter was up.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I felt awful. Like, I was like, no. And I'm like, you shouldn't have told her that. But I guess she sat up all night, like, afraid that her mom was going to get in some car accident with me.
Do you have like this thing where you make people get barn accidents?
No,
Like, how does that happen?
it's never happened. But I mean, I guess it's now a fear now for.
Great job.
I figure
Katrina.
that it's never going to happen again.
Don't
the odds.
Man, knock
Just
on
realistically,
wood. Say
come
something.
on. How many people are going to hit a tractor, a barn? Years ago, when I had an adult store in Salamanca at Tiffany's, which is still down there, there is a person who is intoxicated, and they went off the road and they hit 2 horses.
They hit
And like killed
2
the horses,
horses.
and like it was crazy. It was like one of the most intense car accidents you could think of, really. Like, I mean,
Horses
how do
are
you do that?
big.
That's big animal.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
You think of the damage a deer does, and the horse, and they're expensive.
Yeah, horses kind of creep me out, to be honest with you. They got these
Yeah, not a
big
big
eyes,
fan.
and I feel like they judge you.
I'm just not a horse person either, honestly.
I seen one bite somebody's head when we were downtown. Because on East Avenue or Lawrence Street, they used to have the horses come by, and I seen one just take somebody's head and just
Yeah, no, I know.
these things just no, and then it butt bumps people like clear across the street. Like that's a good like 15-foot butt bump. These things are just one big muscle, and they're smart as hell. Some of them are a little messed up in the head like people, so I don't trust them.
Yeah, no,
I don't
I'm
trust
not a
them,
big
no.
fan. So I went to
Don't trust
Varysburg,
horses.
and they have the Hidden Valley Animal Adventure. And like you can pet the animals, and there's like a park, and you can ride along, and they got like steers, some zebras, nothing too exotic, but it's a fun time for the kids. And I was like trying to convince the kids. I was like, "Oh, it's okay. You can pet these animals. It's all right." And what happened is the one steer latched onto my fake nail.
Ooh.
And you can't just like snap off a fake nail. It hurts. Like it like ripped off the nail, and like blood's everywhere. I'm like ah. And all the kids are like petrified, so we're trying to get them on this little like cart thing, and they go around, and you like got these little cups of food, and the animals come over. They're so afraid, like they're gonna rip off their finger.
So you're just scarring kids all around the board.
Kids all
Fantastic. Jesus
I
Christ.
know, give them reasons to be afraid.
Joe
so.
says hello and thanks for stopping by. Glad you're doing good. Camacho.
Oh yeah. So when I went down, so on top of it, so I was in Florida, I went really crazy and bad. So I actually found out that Sexual Chocolate was in Florida.
Yo.
So Sexual Chocolate, who was calling the show, was actually Joe. So I called him up, and then I went down and I stayed with them during the Florida debacle, and then came back up. So he has this house, which is amazing. It's like all these $1 million mansions right on the beach, and you just walk right from it. But then there's this one section that was like the rougher, like 3 houses that like some older guy had, who was just like hooking up with these girls for fun, whatever, you know. So they're
That
cheaper
jerk.
rent, but you can't beat it.
Right.
Like, I mean, you can walk right to like a liquor store, Chinese restaurant, a Walgreens.
That's great for
It
you.
was gorgeous by the beach. It was so convenient. It was right there. Like you literally walked out on the water.
That's good because you probably couldn't walk too far.
No, I couldn't really. So I barely moved. So I met some interesting characters.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
did.
point out there's a meth house next door.
Oh, nice. Great.
They had like bronze windows.
Bronze windows. Is that a telltale sign of a meth house?
That's what he
'Cause
said. He's
don't
like,
know.
I don't understand how people didn't know this is a meth house.
Bronze window. I can't even talk.
I got a very exciting tour of Florida in a short span of hospitals, Greyhound bus stops, meth houses.
Joe wants to know how your bruised vagina is.
Right. I told her it's actually a fetish. You can make money selling pictures of your bruised vagina.
What? You made money selling pictures?
You can
of your
sell pictures of it
bruised
on fetish
choo-choo.
sites. There's some weirdos out there.
Wow. Good for you guys. That's where it's at.
Right.
Bruised hoo-has.
There's a lot. I mean, some people just get bored of normal sex. You escalate.
I can understand that. It gets boring. You can only do the same thing so many times. It's like, yeah, great. What's next? Maybe put
Yeah.
two of them together? I don't know.
Right? I don't know. But
Three,
I
four,
definitely know what we need for the show 100%. And I'm going to actually make some flyers and put them around college campuses.
Ooh.
He is an intern.
I'm money
Like
with
legit.
flyers.
I want a couple because the bridge is picking up. So I want some help with medical. I want some help with the charity stuff. So there's several interns I want. I want some stuff with the acting and the radio.
Listen, I'll do flyers just for a throwback's sake. You know how many flyers I've
Intern.
dusted off in my life?
Right.
Yo, probably millions of flyers.
I'm
but yes,
sure.
we do need some interns. I'm telling you,
We
interns.
do, and there's a
Lots
lot of
people we need to-
opportunity and a lot going on. And the quicker
There's
we
so
get
much
help,
going on.
the quicker we can concentrate on real things.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather do like movies and acting and stuff. I found out I have an IMDb page now.
I do too. Yeah,
I
we're
didn't know.
professionals.
So I didn't. I'm looking at Coldbrook, which came out. I was in that movie, and it came out October 12th. And Woodstock has got William Fichtner, Kim Coates. He was in Tilly and Sons of Anarchy, and a bunch of people. And then I wanted to see, and then so I list this like under cast. There's like 41 people, and my name's on there. I'm like,
Dope.
okay. And then I realized I had and they had a couple of them on there, and I'm like, I really need to claim this page and put a picture of myself and update this a little bit. So
Dope.
that's my priority next coming weeks.
They put one together for City, the movie that I was in.
Yeah.
And then I think I got another for this one. And then I got hit for the 25th to do a horror flick.
Fun.
I've never been in a
Where?
horror
Do you
flick
know
before.
What you're gonna do?
No clue. Susan from Two Sue's Casting was like, hey, it's the 25th. Are you free? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, okay, I got a horror role for you. All right, cool.
I wonder. Like
Right.
makeup's fun.
I don't know.
So that's what's the cool part. Like, I wonder what you're gonna have. Some of the roles, like, I'm not quite, I would say, exactly an actress yet. So I don't have the definition or the training to do any role. So mine are specific, more like stand-in. Some lines, but they're more ones I'm okay with. So just to go in and have to like cry or have an emotional role or something, I'm not ready for it yet.
Yo, people think they
But-
can act until you step in the room with an actual, like, legitimate actor,
Yeah.
like an actor
Doesn't
with
mean I can't do
accolades.
it.
And it's like, whoa, I know so little about what you do and how you get there. Like, for
Exactly.
City, Elijah Booth and Samir Harris, both award-winning actors, so talented, fantastic. I learned so much in that couple weeks of shooting that it's like, well, I really know nothing. You know, I know nothing compared to these people, and it opened my eyes to a whole different world, and I think that kind of helped me with my progression as an actor.
Yeah, no, I mean, mine was just kind of going through the motions and someone telling you, like, it's so repetitive. You do something so many times that you learn it slowly. So Captain Isotope was more of a challenge with me. It had more roles, and it was more an indie film, and it wasn't like a big screen production. And it's gonna be on Antenna TV.
I
And
know
it's
what
like
that
an
is.
old sci-fi type kind of mystery science theater type show. And the thing with that one was you actually had to know the whole script and go. It wasn't a pause, film this way, film that way. Like you had to know it all kind of by heart and just go with it.
It was just straight chronologically done.
And it was harder, yeah.
That's
so it
difficult,
was challenging, and it was not like the other ones where like you just one line over this way, this way, this way, this way, and then everyone pauses, and you have
Dude.
like tons of opportunity to correct it.
We shot one scene today. It was like a 3-minute scene, maybe 5. We shot for over 3 hours.
Yes.
3 hours, one movie scene, and it was maybe, let's say, 5 minutes max. But it was fun. Like every single time, it came out different. 'Cause you know when you work with different actors and you vibe a little bit, it feels more comfortable, natural
Yeah,
to
then
talk
you get
to
some
them.
people you get more used to.
Right.
And and then you click with, and then so what do you guys get on your sets? Like, are they feeding you and stuff?
Yes,
or?
there's food. And
Like, what are you getting? I'm just curious.
There's usually,
some are
like-
so different, and some are like awesome, and then they usually have the 24-hour type food cart.
the city, it was dope, man. They had catering coming from all over the place. They had sticky lips. I think they had dinosaur
Nice.
barbecue.
Nice.
They just had a plethora of fantastic food.
That's what I like
breakfast,
about
lunch, and
these.
dinner.
Even sometimes they don't pay you, but you're like, I know I'm gonna get fed
no,
well,
they
so why
paid.
not? No, I mean some
Yeah.
though for others
Yeah, this
who
is,
listen on the show with the extras thing. Not all of them are paid, but they'll feed you well.
that's dope. I mean, if you're hungry.
In Buffalo, yeah, there's
Right.
been a lot like that, or just to get the credits.
No, yeah, if it hits you with some credits or something like that all day long, especially, yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm. I
great
don't
way.
do them anymore unless they're pay at this point because I'm so busy in my real
Why
life.
would you?
I'm so
I mean, you got a couple credits to your name. Why would you?
Because
You
I mean, now I don't have
you
to,
don't
but
have
in
to
the
go
beginning,
backwards,
just to
right?
say you did it, like it's like, all right, why not? And then you're like, okay.
When I lived in Hollywood, one of my first starts for anything that had to do with anything, I was in the audience of like Judge Judy and other things, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I didn't know you got paid for that. My friend Martin goes
yeah.
around and he gets paid for all that
yeah,
stuff.
like $10-12 an hour sometimes,
He's
like,
getting, like
at the
40, 50,
lowest.
like a set. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was saying like hours, but I guess you got to sit there and I don't know.
Oh, no,
Like, I
they'd
was
have-
surprised he was going through all this production. I mean,
Yeah, that's how
I guess
make
if
money.
I didn't really work and I was like a student, like I used to do medical studies at UB and like let them test on me. And we were talking about it, like
I'd rather clap for Judge Judy
like
than
on
get
exercise,
the
like
clap
there's
from a
like
lab.
a PMDD study and you had to eat like so much food or like work out. And then there are other ones on like, I don't know, just science tests. It wasn't like your blood draws. It wasn't anything risky. You weren't
okay.
taking like, you know, some brain surgery or something,
No.
you know, like flowers for Algernon or anything like that, you know, like
I don't know
Daniel
what that
Keyes.
is, but it
was
sounds-
a classic book by Daniel Keyes. It's this rat who becomes really smart, and so they test on a man who's handicapped. He becomes like a super genius, but then he regresses worse.
Oh,
So I mean,
that sounds
I thought-
interesting.
I was a nerd.
It's
I read a
okay.
lot, so,
Nerds are fun.
yeah.
No, it's okay being
Easy
a nerd.
costume too. I thought about that. I have the glasses from Bad Drap.
Oh, okay.
And so they got the nerd glasses. And so I'm like, oh, it's got the tape. I could easily do that too. I don't know. I'm going to wear a costume probably for 2 weeks. A different one every day.
Do it.
something.
Wear it until like Christmas. I'm down with it.
Yeah.
I'll be Jack Sparrow for a good month.
Yeah, who
I'm
cares?
down.
I'll just be an inmate. I'll just pretend I'm in the jail wearing my oranges, walking around. It's comfy.
You're
it's
supposed to be
loose.
doing something out of the ordinary.
Right. It's comfortable. I'm like, why not?
Yeah, honestly though, the sneakers are kind of dope.
Yeah.
Like the little Velcro like Converses, like they're kind of dope. And you don't gotta tie your shoelaces. Like
Yeah.
I'm all right with the little
And they
bit.
got the slides, those like Sketcher ones. There's like the Go Walk, and you slide them on. Each jail's different. If you go to ICE immigration, they got like Crocs that are orange.
ICE immigration. I have never.
It's in Batavia. If you're an illegal alien, they take you to a different spot, and then you're actually usually really terrified and confused.
Yeah, my
'cause you
people
don't know
got their
what's
green
happening.
cards.
Yeah, it's a little intense. So they take them to Batavia there.
Well, that sounds like no type of fun.
Yeah, I know you don't want to be nice.
No, I don't
That's
wanna be
like
there.
the worst.
It's my
Please.
first time hearing about it, and I don't want to go.
Possibly go. Yeah,
I won't-
yeah.
don't.
You definitely don't want to be. They used to get in trouble because we used to have girls from Canada come down and they would try dancing in the States. So they'd work at Mademoiselle and stuff, and you can't do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's totally illegal.
Free the
Like
strippers.
we can't just go to Canada and have jobs and dance. Back in the day, they didn't really care, but now
It's
it's
the Wild
more.
West. I used to go across the border at like 16 with my buddy's ID. He
It's
was like,
so.
you know, like we'd be so young at sundowners. Like I was the youngest one in my group
And
back
everyone
then.
would be wasted, and we'd all be screaming at the cars, all like as we were leaving and coming back across. It's like, how are you? Like, and every just in and out, and like no one cared, no one pulled anyone over.
This one time we had this older
9/11
car.
ruined everything.
It did. It did. We had like one of the antennas that pop out in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a bag that was thrown out of the window that got stuck on the antenna. I'm like 17. There's like a car full of people, and we're already in the the drink and party mode.
Yeah.
They just let us through. Like, hey, you want to get that off your antenna there, buddy? I'm like, yeah, I do. How did that get there? It must have been on the highway.
Right.
Like, just go. Okay.
Yeah, back in the day they
I'll
didn't
go.
care. Now they
No.
care. Now you don't monkey around.
No,
Now they got like little mirrors under your car, and
You listen.
They
I go to the
wait.
border. They're like, "Where are you coming from?" Rochester, New York. Oh, do you live there? Yes, I do. Were you born there? Yes, I was. Where are your parents from?
Nah.
Damn. Pull to the left, sir.
Yeah.
4 hours later, it's like a SpongeBob interlude. Like, here we are. Like, I can finally go party. All my friends already done had fun. And I'm just sitting there. This is terrible. Nobody wants to ride with me when I go across the border, ever. It just doesn't work.
See, I get grilled. They're like, "Are you related to this man? Were you ever married to this man?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right. Just, search me.
Yeah. just get it over
Get
and
it
done
over
with.
with. All right. It's been a long day, but I'm excited. So many things. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, but this year I just didn't get the full level because of the Florida trip, and it's been really chaotic in the move. But normally I go wild with decorating, but I ain't going to go insane with Christmas this year.
It's
I
still
went
early.
nuts last year, but I'm going to go even crazier.
It's still early for Halloween. You still have some time. I feel like you can bust out a good 24 hours
No,
of no sleep.
I already wrote it out. That I wrote it off. So I decided that my mom and dad, they're gone, and that I would surprise them when they came home, and I was going to start Christmas decorating, and they were going to come home to like a Christmas display.
Will you do something like a little
Tomorrow.
serial killery? Like, will you
I
have?
already do stuff like
perfect.
that, yeah.
Give one of the majors.
That's why they know I love Halloween.
So you got to combine them both. So you got to be like Christmas Halloweeny type thing.
Krampus.
Krampus. That sounds.
You don't know Krampus?
I feel like it happens
Like
once a
the
month to
evil
females.
Santa. Yeah, I know.
Krampus.
No, I wish.
Is that where it comes
Krampus.
from? That's what we turn into.
Krampus. It's a movie. It's
You're
like a scary
Krampus.
movie on Christmas.
I don't watch scary movies. There's just
It's
too
not that
much
scary. It's
going
like a kids
on in
movie.
here.
Kind of. It's really not.
Never seen it.
It's not that.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. I don't do it no more.
No, I'm obsessed with American Horror Story, and the past 2 seasons were such a
Surprise.
letdown. I didn't really care for Cult, and Roanoke was like horrible. But this season has like redeemed itself, and I was so excited the other night because Stevie Nicks came back on from Fleetwood Mac, and it connected like with a hotel, with Coven, it connected with like Asylum. It's connecting with all of them, and I'm like, finally.
Oh, is that what they're
like I
doing?
live for American Horror Story, and I was so disappointed, and I'm all about like the whole witchcraft and all that. I'm like,
I watched like one season, and I was like, okay. As soon as I saw a kid come on, I was like, I can't watch this no more.
I can't.
I can't. It freaks me out. I can't watch little
My
kids
mom's
doing
afraid
things
of
like-
clowns, so when it turned into that one,
Oh.
Freak Show, she couldn't handle it. I always like Creeps. It's a black and white movie. Freaks, and it's like they're like crawling and like leaving a freak show, and they're attacking people. It's like a classic.
Creeps, huh?
Yeah. I watched a lot of. I always was into eclectic movies, and then Tom Losi kind of broadened my horizon, but I also broadened his horizon, so that's kind of disturbing.
That's creepy on both ends of the spectrum.
So yeah, there's this actually porno type. It's more like a art film too. It's called Cafe Flesh. It was like big in the
Cafe
80s. It was
Flesh.
odd.
No.
And it was like on sex positives and sex negatives. So some people after like a nuclear war were able to have sex and others weren't. So the people who were unable to have sex would go to these theaters. So it was like a cafe, and they'd have like ongoing sex shows. People could, and they were like weird, like people like a rat, like a baby, and like dirt, and like strange stuff like Dr. Caligari, like acid type trips. Just wild out there.
I don't want to take acid and watch that. I
It's
want to
odd,
watch trolls, like
right?
some happy, like sparkly,
acid.
like hey, look at that.
Right?
No, none of that crazy stuff. No,
So we're like,
nope.
it's odd. So that kind of reminded me of all the stuff at Playmates with the XXX license and live shows. I'm like, maybe you should charge more for like the cover, like a show, and then it's like actually a production. The girls get more pay because they're doing the same thing with like strap-on shows. It's pretty wild, actually. So.
I want to do an event like that, but I gotta make sure my
What you got to
girlfriend
do
breaks up
is
with
you
me
got to
first.
sit there and you got to be like, give us the best show, and you get the money, and just see what people do for it. That's what Dave said.
I got a few ideas for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give them to you to do because I won't be there. I live vicariously through
vicariously
you.
through me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. We're gonna be coming back next week, bigger, stronger than ever. I feel on point. I got some really cool ideas. We're gonna start enacting it. A lot of changes in the strip club industry around here.
I'm excited.
So a lot of stuff upcoming.
We got somebody in Turkey watching us. What up, family? How you doing, homie? That's dope.
That's exciting. So yeah, and we're gonna be all our shows are gonna be back up on YouTube. A lot of stuff coming up. The Bridge, check us out. Rochester One Magazine online. So
I'm in the November issue.
yes. All right. Thank you, everyone. Check us out next week. We are 106.3 Rochester Free Radio, WRFCLP Rochester.